Hey, welcome to Poppy's Workshop. Ah, man, what a week. And what did I forget? Let's see. Yeah, okay. My mind is kind of fried. I had some issues in the medical realm with the family. I had something last night, so it's yeah, been a difficult 2 weeks. So everything seems to be okay now, ish, and we'll see how things go. But I'm going to leave it at that for now. And yeah, let's get started for the day. So again, welcome to Poppy's Workshop from Little Acorns. Great Oaks Grow. I delivered the 125 toys to Mom's Advocate last week, and I didn't realize how much that wore me out. It's kind of funny when you have to make that many, and it just kind of wears on you. So that's why I took last week off. I just said, you know, I'm tired. I don't want to be in the workshop, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I'm back in. And what we're going to be talking about today will be the compound cutting and what my plans are now that I'm done with the large order of toys. But as you can see, oh my gosh, he's making more toys. Well, yeah, actually yesterday and a little bit of today, I just started cutting out some of my simple toys, making them out of walnut that I had on hand, and just a couple different styles that I have. And, you know, I figured, you know, I'll just get it, whoops, 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 get a few of them done so that I have a few on hand. So what I'm also trying to do is maximize the use of my board wood. So this is a 6-inch piece, and you can see I have some waste here, and I'm trying to reduce that. So I'm probably, well, I can't really move him in much. I can move him in, move him over. Then I had this little amount here, and if you remember 2 weeks ago, I made some 3mm templates that I can just lay on and trace out. So I've been using that to find empty space, and I can just throw some toys in there. A lot of times what I do here, let me get into the camera for Pete's sake. Gosh. A lot of times, like on this particular one, I would have arranged them a little bit differently, and I would have put in a couple spoon blanks here, but I still have a number of spoon blanks, and I figured I don't need more right now. So that was what I was doing the last couple days. I readjusted my new router. I'm going to go a little bit deeper on this right here. Gosh, I keep missing here. I'm going to go a little bit deeper here and get it a little bit more round, but this isn't bad to profile the edges. All right, so let's group those up, get those out of the way-ish, and we're going to talk about what I am working on now, some compound cutting. So if you are not aware of what compound cutting is, basically it is 3D cutting. So here on one side, when you look at it, you will see a ballerina, and then on the other side will be a swan. So that is this is pine, and I'm hesitating cutting that. So let's show you my first one. So let's do this. Okay, so here is, get that in nice and close. Yeah, there we go. So that is the golf clubs, and then this is the golf ball. In terms of this design, I mean, I think it's pretty cool, but I don't, you know, these lines are in, you know, because of the shape of the golf clubs and stuff like that. And I'm not really too keen on that, but you know, it is what it is. But this is my very first one that I've ever compound cut. It came out okay, you know. Got a little bit more to go. So here is the remains of the blank of how it cut out. And I did learn a lot in how the process works. And we'll be talking about that a little bit more today. And that was cut out of mahogany, and what I did is I just took some quote-unquote scrap wood and had 3 1/2 inch and just glued them together, threw them in the clamp here, and just pressed them. And you know, you can barely see that there's a line there to where it's glued. So it's pretty good. It reminded me of what we used to do in high school wood shop. This is what we're going to be cutting today. And let's get that in so you can see the outline. There we go. And pull back. This is a bishop. And what my plans are, again, this is just a practice piece because I didn't get it lined up as it should when I folded the paper over. So, you know, I'm still learning, and what I have now is I have a book that I need to read on compound cutting specifically for chess pieces. My goal right now is to create a chess piece. I do have some 1.5 by 1.5 blanks coming in of various wood species. I don't know if I actually got enough though. I ordered about 48 inches of each, and I think my calculations were I needed 43 inches, but depending on how I do the blanks, one of the recommendations was actually rather than just put this at the bottom of the blank, let's make sure I'm on screen here, put this at the bottom of the blank and you have no cutting to do here, is to give a little extra space. I can probably do about half that. Drill 2 pilots so that you have the entry, your start, go around, and then your finish, leaving this connected to this. What that will do is when you flip to the other side, these pieces will stay, well, not these, but these will stay together. And now, I will be using a jig, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but most people, what they'll do is after cutting the first side, they will tape it so that it stays in. What you're doing, let's see, he called it trapping. So either you tape it, or this gentleman, what he does is he uses hot glue to trap the pieces in. Well, the jig that I built will actually do that for me, so I don't have to worry about that. So this is the piece. We're going to move it over here. And let's talk about the jig. So this is a jig that I made. This is what I call version 1.53. I don't remember. I took a couple pieces of 1/2 inch wood, and if I go to version 2, I'll probably go to 3/4. I'm still debating because this actually seems to be holding pretty well. And what I did is I have 3.5 inch 1/4 bolts here. Let's hang that upside down. These are 3.5 inches, and actually this afternoon I have some 4 inch coming in. Because of the arthritis in my hands, I'm not as dexterous as I used to be, so getting a piece in is kind of wonky, and I'll show you what happens. Actually, I'll bring that other piece back when I line it up. But what I did is, you'll see that I have, let's get that close here. There we go. I have a large washer, a small washer, and then there's the bolt that goes through. And when I get the 4 inch, I'll be able to do the same on the other side. I would like to have another large washer rather than just a singular small washer. But if I put the large washer here, the tolerance is so close when I expand this out with the springs, then it doesn't work the way that I want. But that's okay. Like I said, the 4-inch will finish everything up, so that'll be version 1.61. So anyway, if you notice, unlike a lot of jigs, they do not have the spring. I decided to put a spring in for a number of reasons. When I am working, let me get this back. Oh, and let me go back to trapping. You can do the trapping when you're just doing this by hand without a jig. That's the main reason why you want to do it. The jig itself does the trapping for me. So if you're going to cut out compound pieces, make sure you put tape over it after cutting the sides to trap those pieces if you're doing it by hand. Okay, so the reason why I did the spring is when you're holding a piece, you know, you're holding it at a certain tension. And if you, how do I put this? Oh, if you don't have the springs, you're just going to tighten these down. And what will happen is you're going to keep tightening. And then as you cut, you get a kerf. And over here would be a critical spot. If you are squeezing too much, you're going to close up that kerf. And then you're going to bind your blade. You're going to generate more friction, more heat. You'll be pushing harder so that, you know, the blade is going to go wonky on you, whether it doesn't track properly, whether it angles out so you don't have a perfectly perpendicular, ooh, say that 3 times fast, perpendicular cut. So the idea behind the spring is I can adjust the tension enough so that it holds the piece quite securely, but is not over tensioning. So it's simulating the hands a little bit more. So that's why I have these springs. That's number one. And then number two, you know, I can just push it like that, drop the piece in, and that's where my problem lies. Okay, so you'll notice a couple things here. Let's see if you can see it from this angle. Yeah. So you can see top and bottom, both sides, I have added sandpaper. I had some 5-inch disc that was self-adhesive that I cut up. So this will keep the piece from sliding inside. And again, that will help reduce the pressure needed to hold the blank in place. And you'll notice these little smokestacks here. What I did, I drilled some 1/4-inch holes, and these are some axle pegs, or you'll notice that I'm going to actually, these are just in. They can go down further. I'm going to trim them a little bit. So I'm using as a smokestack for my tugboat here, but they are also axles. But I wanted to include this is as I'm working, sometimes you know, my thumb will drift up as I'm trying to turn or manipulate. So I just drilled 2 holes here. I'm thinking of drilling 2 holes here, but it's I can't go very far, so, and I don't want to weaken the wood here. Yeah, I really can't go there either. If I go 3/4 inch, yeah, I might be able to do it. I could put some here, you know, so I'm moving them forward. I don't know yet. My concern is in certain parts of the cut, but I'm going to be mainly here. With my puffer and my sucker and everything hanging down, they might get in the way. That's why I'm keeping them as removable. So that was the other thing that I added to it. But this is my custom jig, and the way that I get it in is I make sure that it's kind of squared out, push it, and then just drop it in. And usually what I would do, because you've probably noticed these, you've noticed that I've, oh, there we go, gosh, you know, I'm sorry. You'll notice these notches that I put in across from each other, and that is actually for starting. Now, if I was cutting across, you know, I would go in, cut around, come in, and then I could finish in that and minimize the amount of nicking that I'll be doing in the piece itself. But here's the back side. Off just a little bit, well, not too bad. So, you know, get this lined up, push it down. You know, it's pretty stable. There we go. I want to make sure that that's down as well. Yeah. So I've got a good base, and I've got a little bit wider grip for my maneuvering the piece. So that's it. That is the jig. I've got it loaded up, and I have an old blade there. Let me switch to the scroll saw. Hopefully it's working. Yep. Yay. Okay. Let me raise all this stuff up. What size is this? Yeah, this is a number 9 that I was using to cut out my my toys this morning. That blade is still good. And I'm going to keep that with the one that's remaining. And I think what I'm going to use is a number 5. And let me get my, I got to change my height of my, let's see, that is 3, that is 5. So I'm going to use a number 5 Flying Dutchman, Ultra Reverse. I just really love the way they finish. You know, let me show you that in a second here. Once I scuff up these and get this at least mounted. I should turn my lights on, get some color in here. There we go, looking for the little notch. Okay, remind me to put that lever back into place. Let's see. Got it up a little bit too high. I'm looking through the magnifier. So I try and put the glade, yes, I'm trying to put the glade in the glide blaze. Put the blade in the right place so that when I tension, it tensions the same every time. So my goal, as always, is to maintain consistency in what I do. And just follow the same steps every single time. Okay, let's see. I want to have the waste wood on the right. Wait. Okay. Forgot what I was doing. All right, why isn't that going through? There we go. Yeah, I am not used to doing 1.5" wood. So this is a, yep, so that was my fear, as you can see. Well, you can't quite see it, but what I was fearful of is my little peg would interfere with my top vac. But that's why I made them removable. All right, let's get that straightened out. The other reason why I am going with, wait a second here. The other reason why I'm going with a jig is I do have arthritis. I give myself injections every week. And I also have trigger finger, and I think I've talked about this before. So if I keep my hands curled up for too long, I can't get them to undo. Also, as I get older, I notice that my fine motor skills are not as good as they used to be. So what I'm trying to do is keep my hands as wide and as flat as possible so that I can adjust, you know, be able to maneuver things. So just trying to overcome some of the handicaps that I have and keep on scrolling. So that's what we do. So anyway, all right, I think that kind of covers that. We're about to start up making noise and everything, so I'm going to get my favorite noise canceling headphones on with the skins on it. These are the Sonys, and they work quite well. All right, got that on, got those on. I can't hear myself anymore, and we're going to get some music going. Let's see, some 80s on 8. And I don't want to listen to Michael Jackson. Okay, here we go. Let's get started here. Let's go ahead. This is aspen I'm cutting. So when doing the cutting, let me get this corner here. I'm not super accurate right now. So this is definitely a learning process for me. I'm going to nibble this. Let me check my camera angle here. I guess you can kind of see what I'm cutting. I'm going to nibble this to get a good 90-degree corner. I'm going to speed this up a little bit more. I'm trying not to put a lot of pressure, because that will definitely deflect the blade. You know, and I'm stupid. All right. Dummy me. Ah, come on. Ah. See if I can turn it around here. Yeah, dummy me. I shouldn't have started that cut. I need to do my inside cuts first. Yeah, this is a lot different than cutting at even 3/4 inches. I forgot what the janka is of aspen. But you definitely want to stay 1,000, 1,100 or lower. If you go much higher, you'll definitely be going through blades. Yeah, I'm deflecting this. Now I do know that my pattern is off just a little bit. and that does violate my perfect practice. But right now I'm trying to focus on other skills that I've never done before. But don't know if anybody watched the SpaceX launch this morning of Starship 5. Unbelievable. They actually caught the booster in the mechazilla, you know, the chopstick arms. That was just, it was phenomenal. The Starship itself, they tried to, as best as possible, soft land it in the Indian Ocean, and they did it. They had put a couple buoys in the water, and they were so close to them. Yeah, you're gonna have to go slow, because if I try to accelerate, push more, I'm going off the line. So patience will be a virtue. There started to be some burn through on a couple of the flaps, but the modifications they made since Starship 4 launch. All right, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm going to nibble this a little bit more. But the chess set that I want to make, I think I'm going to make with walnut and aspen. So it's the white and brown. Excuse me. And the set that I'm going to do is going to be, I think, a French. So I'll have the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, I've got to keep backing up because I find myself applying too much pressure. I'm going to assume that we're going to go through blades. I'm wondering with these if a number 7 might be better. Because the cuts are not super complicated, and I can get away with nibbling to get those turns and sharp corners. So I think that's something I'm going to look at. But number 5 is my usual go-to. But I do like the way the jig is holding. Sorry, my fingers are going to be in the way. There we go. Ow. There we go. Yeah, that comes out nice. Come on. I think I need to drill a little bit wider hole. Yeah, what the heck? I think I'm through. Wait a second here. Trying to find a old blade here. Oh, son of a gun. Well, I will be right back. Apparently that hole did not go all the way through. That's weird. All right. Thought I had the pilot already. Usually on my small drill press, I leave a pilot. Ah. Oh. It went through. That is weird. All right. Let's see what we can do here. There we go. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Okay. Man, I can imagine trying to do this in Purple Heart or Bloodwood. They would make beautiful pieces if you don't scorch them. But that would be my fear. Nibble just a little bit. the blade pitch up. Nibble. Corner cleaner. Come off just a little bit. Now, what I am wondering if I should let these inside cuts drop out when I do the opposite side. My concern would be the pilots, these right here. Being how small they are, they won't line up exactly. I'm actually not pleased with my cut lines. Usually with these 1-point guides, I will split it right down the middle. But I'm off just a little bit. I mean, it's not much, but just adjusting to the feel. Let me get closer. Nibble a turn. I'll tell you, the weather this weekend has been beautiful. Now, I gotta get in further. I'm trying to smooth out that line better. There we go. Much better. We were supposed to have a major event at the oceanfront this weekend, something in the water. It's Pharrell Williams event, but it was like within an hour or two of when the tickets went on sale, he canceled the event. You know, they were talking 30-something thousand tickets were going to be sold in just the first day alone. He basically declared that he wasn't ready. Originally, drifting off the line. Let me go slower. Originally, he had it in April, but the 2 times that he had it in April, he lost one day. The one last year actually had tornadoes blow through, destroyed 100 homes. That was on the last day, on the Sunday. And the same thing happened, well, not with bad weather. His first event in 2019. So he refunded tickets for one day. So he thought October would be better, but for some reason, I think what it is with people going back to school, colleges, and everything like that, he couldn't get the stars, you know, the different musical groups in October. But he does have a movie about his life done in stop action Lego, I think. coming out. I believe it's this weekend too. Guess the chat is quiet this morning. Couple lurkers, welcome. Let the blade catch up. Relax my hands. That's the key. Keeping your hands relaxed so you're not pushing too hard. Focusing on the blade. Let me do this. So where I'm focusing my attention, let's see if you can see that. Yeah. Is right, here's the line. I'm focusing right in front of the blade, watching how it cuts. So that way I can do my micro adjustments. I'm backed off right now. And see how the blade reacts or responds. Okay. So I'm trying to pin this piece. And I'm going to reduce pressure. There we go. All right. Get back to, whoop. Where am I? There it is. Yeah, that took 15 minutes. So yeah, doing these I think you're looking at least an hour a piece. At least for the harder wood. Yeah, I think on the outside at least, the number 7 would work very well. Got to relax my shoulders. Compared to cutting my 3/4 inch walnut this morning, this is majorly different, which is surprising. Whoop! Ha! blade broke. Did it? Second, yep. It broke about an inch under, so that's where it broke. Now, this is going to be a bear to get out. I'm going to go grab myself a pair of pliers here. I'll let you watch me struggle with this. Now the teeth point, well, the teeth point in different directions. Oh man. Oh, got it. Yay. Yay. There we go. Let's get that. All right, let me find my number 7. Where is that? There we go. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to do this, whether I'm just going to start back at 0 and trace my way back. I'd love to do this with a number 9. So I got a choice, thinking about right now. All right, so do I start back here again and just wind my way through, or do I just start from here and work my way around and meet? I usually like to have the waste wood to the right. Just for me, visually, it works better and how the blade drifts. I'm gonna give it a try. Yeah, I'm stupid that way. Blade went through a lot easier. All right. Whoops, get that up a little bit. Just thinking, boy. Well, actually, let me clean up that corner while I'm here. There we go. Boy, I wish I could do it that fast. All right, let's get back on it. But let me do this. Let me check my tightness now that it's run a little bit. Now I got to get used to a new blade and a thicker kerf. Actually, yeah, number 7, there is a distinct difference. One thing I want to do, this is the other reason why I want to go to a 4-inch. is if the nuts back out a little bit. Theoretically, the spring should keep tension. Yeah, much better. So if you're not doing too complicated of cuts, let's see if I can do this without nibbling. Yeah. Definitely a number 7. I'm actually curious to see how a number 9 would do. All right. I want to minimize the amount of waste. So I'm trying to nibble a little turnaround here. There we go. All right, this, I think I'm going to nibble. Yeah, much faster. Blade choice is very important. See, now where my right hand is, I am thinking 4 inches might be too long for a bolt. I'm not sure. Well, maybe not. I don't want it sticking into my hand. Yeah, I'm able to do my straights much better. I'm much happier now. Now this is where my pattern is off just a little bit. There we go. We go to our exit hole. All right. See how my hands shake? Well, this will be a test. Ah, worked. All right, let's get on with it. Where are we at? Yep, so that one took not quite as long. Actually, using my thumb, I just did a couple quick swipes of the thumb screw, just to make sure that it's not coming untensioned. Boy, what a difference. Let's smooth that out. So one of the reasons why I selected, at least I'm thinking, of doing a French-themed chess set is with me working at NATO. You know, you have the French officers, and then after I'm thinking of doing Italian, if I like doing compound cutting. Now that I'm starting to get the feel and using the proper blade, it's not that bad, not in far enough. Gotta get that line nibbled out. There we go. And then get it laid into it. I also like the wider kerf. So I can eliminate the line, my guideline. And the blade seems to move a lot better. Keep that from popping out. That should be, oh, well, that answers that question. Well, I wondered if I was going to remove the inside cuts. I still have some pieces left in there. All right, let's get this off the table. All right, that doesn't look like it'll interfere. Nope, another one not through. Thing is, I drilled it from both sides. And it may be. There we go. I'm just trying to clean out the hole. All right. Yeah, so if possible, I'll up the size of my pilot just a little bit, since I've got room for it. And just for giggles, I'm going to try a number 9. But definitely 7 is a good choice. Another way to catch up. All right, let's nibble. I don't know how much the glue is affecting my cut. You think you've got 2 layers, in this case, of Gorilla Glue. I mean, granted, it's very, 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 very thin. Yeah, for straights, I love the number 7 and the number 9. Get a clean 90 there. Light nibble. Well, let's see if this gets destroyed like the last one. I'll try and get to that exit cut a little bit slower. I'm letting the blade catch up. There we go, it just dropped. All right. I'll let the rest stay. Oh, everybody left. Oh, this is kind of boring. So I think what I'm going to do, like normally I would put this on a table saw, but I think what I'm going to do, since I'm already here, I'm going to go to a notch. Okay. Yeah, I think I would have to remove those first. There we go. Ah, okay. Wow. So this is, let me switch over to the workbench. All right, so this is what it's starting to look like. I've got to get the inside pieces out, but this is impressive. All right. Whew. Let me get my headphones off, get the music so I can pay attention here. Wow. This is actually pretty cool. I'm liking this. I want to be careful not to break these pieces here. I'll make sure I'm on the camera here. What are we at? Okay, an hour and 19 minutes. So yeah, it took about an hour to cut this piece out. Okay, I'm pushing it through. That worked. Ooh. Okay, gotta be careful. Yeah, so there's some more. So let's see if I can push it through this way. Yes. Okay. Let's get it leveled out. Oh, this is cool. Okay. All right, just two more. But they want to be stubborn. There we go. So I am wondering whether it would be best trying to figure out where the leftovers are. Maybe a blade will do. Yep. Yeah, so there'll be a lot of hand sanding. Yep, there we go, I think. Son of a gun. Yeah. Maybe take a look. Yeah, a little there. Let's see if that's pretty firm. Very little sanding needed there. So yeah, let's take a look here before we finish up. Get that in focus. So this is a bishop. This will go on one of my first shelves, just to show that, shit, I can do it. Oops, sorry, I shouldn't have. But yeah, number 7 blade definitely made a big difference. So hopefully I will be getting my stock in pretty soon. And kind of go from there. So yeah, there is a compound cut, and I like the weight of the piece. And again, put some felt on the bottom. That'll work out really well. Bit of hand sanding there. That was probably one of the bottom sides, because you go here, it's really nice and smooth. That's rough. That's smooth, so I'm sure, well, what side would it be? That doesn't make sense. Huh. Anyway, I did have one. I'll be corrected by sanding. But yeah, let's take a final look here before we and things for the day. I'm pleased with that. Okay, so there you go. That's a compound cut. Took about an hour to actually do one piece. So I'm sure some pieces will be easier, some pieces will be more complex. But if you figure on the average an hour, hopefully the pawns will be a lot easier. You're talking about 32 hours just to do the pieces themselves. So if you are selling these, don't undersell yourself for sure, because that is, you can easily undersell yourself. People look at this because, I mean, theoretically, right off the bat, just the pieces themselves, only making $10 an hour, you're looking at $320 for a set. That doesn't include the hand sanding yet or anything like that, but you're looking at a minimum, in my mind, of $500, and that's at $10 an hour. If you know our time is worth a lot more than that, you're looking at this set would be $1,000. So that just puts things in perspective. This is where I go under the belief that sometimes it's just better to make it a gift. You know, if I get good at this and find that I can actually create beautiful pieces, then, you know, maybe I could get $1,000 for a set. I don't know. You know, let me know in the comments. So, with that, may the Lord richly bless you. Make it a great day right here at Poppy's Workshop.